Nutrition and medication. Very important part of the Sleep Foundation checklist is number 1, following any and all of your pediatrician's recommendations for your child. If they have any colic or GERD, reflux, following your pediatrician's recommendation is number 1. If you are nursing, using a lactation specialist is also very helpful. Using formula and following your pediatrician's recommendations as far as what formula to give if your baby has allergies, very important. So the bottom line when it comes to the medication part of the Sleep Foundation is talk to your doctor. If you have any concerns, call your doctor. If you think it's an emergency, call 911. Follow your doctor's recommendations for any and all concerns. Now let's talk about the nutrition. While your baby between 0 and 3 months during that 4th trimester, and you're on a baby-led schedule, whether you're nursing your baby or using formula, your baby is eating on demand. Once your baby has reached 4 months old, you want to begin to space out their feeds. The reason you're spacing out their feeds is twofold. 1, you want to make sure that they're getting a full feed and that they're not grazing throughout the day. That full feed very much encourages a good sleep. If baby's just taking a drink, then baby's only set up to only sleep for a few minutes. So spacing out that feed helps encourage your baby to really take a full feed. Again, whether they're nursing or using a bottle of formula or a bottle of express breast milk. A great way to begin to space out your baby's feeds is to add 15 minutes to their time in between feeds. So, for example, your baby woke up at 7 and your baby's 4 months old. At 4 months, our goal would be to get the baby to go 4 hours between feeds. But we never do anything cold turkey. We don't go from baby-led feeding around the clock to, now you're going to wait 4 hours. So how do we do that? We begin to add the 15 minutes to the wait time for baby. We must get creative. Whether we grab a new toy or sing or walk around with the baby or pass the baby between whoever caregivers, sister, brothers, adding that 15 minutes for 3 days and feeding baby, then you're going in the right direction. If after 3 days your baby's doing pretty good and can wait pretty good on that, that extra 15 minutes, then we're going to add another 15 minutes for 3 days until we get to our goal of 4 hours. Now, if after 3 days and you've added 15 minutes, your baby still is having a hard time getting to that extra amount of time, go ahead and give her another day or so of where you're at. It's okay. Using that 15 minutes for 3 days is a guideline. But what I need you to do is use your mother's instinct, those gut instincts, and make some game time decisions so that should you say, you know what, she's doing really good after 2 days, I think I can stretch her out a little bit more now, then go ahead and stretch her. Keeping in mind your goal is that 4-hour feed mark. It might take a month to get there. It might take a week. But the important thing is that you are continuing to stretch out that feed. The other reason why it's so important to stretch out that feed is because it sends itself over to overnight. so that baby's not eating all day, so baby's not going to want to eat all night. When baby has better feeds during the day, you know that you're going to be able to, if you have to feed that one time at night, baby's going to take that really good one feed overnight and be done, and not need to wake you up every 2 hours to eat. So it's important to, after you get all of your pediatrician's recommendations and the green flag, to begin to space out your baby's feeds. Again, with that goal being 4 hours between those feeds. Your pediatrician may very well recommend around 6 months to begin solids. Again, please follow your pediatrician's recommendations on introducing solids. One of the general tips that I like to share with my families is that when you're doing solids with your baby, offer the solids first. Obviously, baby's going to gulp down whatever you give him. So if we're trying to encourage solids, say you start solids for their evening meal, that's how you begin at 6 months. You start a rice cereal based on whatever your doctor recommends. You would want to feed the solid first and then wash it down with the liquid. This way, this gives you and baby the best fighting chance for baby to take some of that solid in. Never fight your baby when it comes to eating, and don't expect too much right away. Most of it's going to wind up on the chin and on the bib and everywhere else. But your baby will get better and better at eating. And I don't encourage making it game time. I don't encourage the choo-choo train and open the mouth. Your baby will instinctively open his mouth when he's hungry and will eat. You may have to play around and experiment with foods that she likes or she doesn't like, but never fight or make it a battle. So when baby turns her head and she's done, she's done. If the bowl's still full of food, that's okay. You gave it a shot. Tomorrow's a new day. The next meal's the next meal. Go ahead and follow up with the liquid and the drinking. So those are my general recommendations on feeding and nutrition. Again, it's important that you follow your doctor's recommendations. You want to encourage that your baby is going from this all liquid diet as they're growing to a diet that's more normalized with the 3 solid meals, with the liquid intakes in between. You'll see in the downloadable document that comes along with this video some specific guidelines based on each baby's age and what 1 ounce equals for your baby and so on and so forth, and even some suggestions on what to feed and when. But again, the bottom line is you'll follow your pediatrician's recommendations, but begin to encourage solid intake, 3 meals a day as your baby continues to develop.